In recent years, the gaming industry seems to be leaning towards going full digital with game releases. While this can be good for convenience, it isn't the best for preservation. In this video, we'll discuss the story of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, and how it went down as one of the prime examples of lost games, and yet is coming back in full form. Scott Pilgrim is a comic series by Brian Lee O'Malley, which uses video game imagery a lot throughout its 6-book run. Whether it be for small gags or fight scenes, these game references are integral to the aesthetic of the series. So, being a comic with several fight scenes and video game references, you would think the perfect game would be a Telltale game retelling the comic's events. Well, as you can imagine, that idea never got picked up, with Ubisoft picking it up instead as a side-scrolling beat-em-up released for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. You couldn't exactly find this game in GameStop. This was an online-only release, you see, for the Xbox Live Arcade and the PlayStation Store. A few years later, in 2014, the game and its DLC were delisted from online stores. No one is certain why it was taken down, but it likely had something to do with the license for the IP expiring. Downloaded copies were still playable, but if deleted, you could not re-download the game. The game wasn't entirely lost, though. The files were dumped onto the internet, but with a lack of a good PS3 or Xbox 360 emulator in 2014, the game was still inaccessible for most players. And as mentioned before, the game became infamous for being an unplayable lost game. At this point, most moved on and realized the likelihood of Ubisoft re-releasing it was slim to none. Then, 6 years passed after the takedown of the game, and nothing was heard about it. Die-hard fans spoke of it online, but officially there was no word of its return. Until 2020, the worst year in recent history, brought us a trailer for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game Complete Edition. That's right, those low odds came through when the creator Brian Lee O'Malley and film director Edgar Wright rallied fans for the 10th anniversary of the game and the film for Ubisoft to re-release it, and so they did. The re-release would not only include the base game, but, as the Complete Edition subtitle implies, it would include all DLC released for the game. In closing, digital releases can be a slippery slope in terms of future-proofing and preserving your games. Look at PT. Sometimes buying a physical release is better where you can. All digital may be the way forward, but the current system allowing games like Scott Pilgrim to fall through the cracks needs improvement. So, that was the story of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. If you liked this video and want to see more like it, maybe you'll like my Satellaview video I released last week. Or, if you want to see more upcoming content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and I'll hit you up about once every week. All the links to my sources, music, and footage that I don't own will be down below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.